How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. It's Prozzy and Alan back to entertain the masses.
That's the plan.
Now, after 4 years of living here, I am not embarrassed to say, but I'm willing to admit that there are some things that I still don't understand about Taiwan or Taiwanese people. You've been here for 12, 13 years?
13 years, 1 month, yep.
So a combined 17 years experience in a place, and there are still some things that we don't understand, although you have a slightly different opinion on it that we'll talk about in this video.
Yeah.
I think a lot of these things are going to be more like behaviors, certain things we might notice people do or see that we look at them and we're like, what the hell?
Well, there's lots of superstitions and things that was probably not worth talking about because that's religious or cultural things that everyone's banged on about a lot before. So
yeah, you don't want to drag out that dead horse and beat it some more. So,
No.
So I also think these behaviors are going to be like little things. They're not going to be like huge things. They're just going to be like little things that we see. Because I think generally speaking, basically the foundation of Taiwanese culture, I think we can understand that.
Yeah.
Been here long enough for that. But there's
I'm
still
excited to listen to what you've got to say because I think I've developed more of an understanding over the past couple of years than I did in the first 10 years. So
okay.
give it to me. What's your first one?
Well, so the other night I was riding a U-bike, which is the shared bicycle things that they have here in Taiwan to come meet you for dinner.
And you don't understand why they have U-bikes?
No, I
because they
understand
like
that.
to share things, Prozzy.
No, I understand that perfectly well. But what I don't, it was hot. It was like a really hot day.
Yeah.
And I was in a t-shirt and shorts, and I'm like sweating bullets. And I'm like, man, it is a scorcher, as you say, a scorcher.
Yeah, the scorcher.
And I looked around me, and other people that are on U-bikes and scooters and things were like decked out head to toe in like winter gear, like jackets,
okay.
hats, gloves. And it was nighttime, so I know it's not like, I know everyone's like, oh, well, because the sun. Probably you don't know they don't like the sun and they want to be white. They have white skin, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, of course, I understand that perfectly well, but it's nighttime. And it was super hot. I couldn't figure out why they're wearing jackets.
Well,
It's like 30 degrees.
yeah, I think that they kind of dress for the time of year, not for the season, not for the weather of the day. So they'll have their clothes packed away or summer clothes packed away, and they're still in winter clothes mode. So that's why they don't have their summer clothes ready yet. Someone told me once that it's like not until after Dragon Boat Festival or something do they start to think about being summer because the winter can still come and kick you in the ass. Yeah, for us it's a different story. For us, like, we've always got access to all of our clothes. But as the Taiwanese family, because the seasons are so extreme, they kind of pack away their clothes for winter and summer and then only take them out when it's time to. But yeah, I kind of get your point. It's a bit weird when you're sweating and someone's there with like a
They're just running at a different temperature.
puffer jacket on or something, yeah.
Yeah. My Taiwanese audience, comment down below. Help us, ignorant Western people understand why. Like, maybe their bodies are just running at a lower temperature. I don't know. The other thing that I found really odd that I really just can't get is like personal hygiene practices that are done in public. So they're not necessarily done in public. So here's one thing that's really weird. My Western audience especially will find this weird, is like cleaning their ears. So they've got like this ear cleaning
It's like
pick. It's like a
very
tiny
long,
scoop.
tiny spoon.
A
Yeah.
super tiny scoop that they like dig earwax out of your ears with.
But only if you're close to the person. You don't do it to like
no, you don't do it to, like I wouldn't be doing it to you.
There we go. Insert clip here of you picking me ears in the bar later.
Yeah, and then, but there's things like that I've seen. They'll have like shops, like hygiene shops where you can get paid. They'll clean your nails and they'll clean your ears and they'll clean every hole you got in your body.
But even personally, they'll sit on the train and like trim their fingernails or, pick their teeth or that kind of thing at a restaurant. Like,
well, the ear peeking thing specifically is something I only saw publicly happen in China.
oh, okay.
So like the boyfriend will lay down while they're waiting for their train,
Oh
and the
my
girlfriend will like
makes me sick.
pick.
That I don't
pick his
understand.
ears, yeah,
I don't
but I
really-
don't see that in Taiwan. They seem to go. They'll do it at home, or they'll do it. They'll go to a shop, like
Okay.
where you're meant to do that there.
Yeah. Well, I
don't see it
watched
in
a movie
public.
yesterday, a Taiwanese movie, called When a Man Falls in Love or something.
Yeah.
And there's a scene where the girlfriend is like picking the guy's ears, and it's obviously meant to be a very intimate moment, showing that she's kind of falling in love with him, like
Caring for him in this
caring for
intimate
him.
way.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. For me, it's something I would never don't think I would let anyone pick my ears. My ex-girlfriend back in England, she was a beauty therapist. She used to do the ear candles, where they put like a paper candle in and it sucks out the wax. Oh. And she always wanted to do it, but even that I wouldn't let her near my ears.
It's just a bit odd. It's a bit invasive, isn't it?
We do have one Taiwanese couple friends. We won't mention their names.
No.
But they've shared photos of themselves like taking a shit.
Yeah, she's taking a shit while the guy's having a shower. It's that's closeness, man. That is like trust.
But that might not be the Taiwanese general thing. That might just be
them. They might be a bit weird. Comment down below, Taiwanese people, again. Do you shit in front of your husband?
She's probably going to be watching this and be like, that's me!
I shit in front of my husband.
Okay. You asked me to think of one, and I came up with the thing that I really still don't understand is the kind of hero worship of white people, which may sound really kind of weird coming from a white guy, but like I still don't understand why we get so much better treatment or preferential treatment when we're not all that good, you know? We're not, especially like, to be honest, touch on a really sensitive issue at the moment of Asian hate. You would expect maybe some kind of backlash or some kind of negativity towards us, but everywhere I go I still feel like I'm a celebrity. Nothing about being a YouTuber. Everyone is just so happy when a white guy shows up to a restaurant. If you go to a family dinner or something and you're the white guy, you're a bit different and you're very interesting to them. But back in the West, it's not always so positive when a person from a different race or something shows up. Just can't understand it. Truly can't get over like why they generally put such a high value on us as white guys.
Yeah, this is something I think that's probably a little bit more prominent in countries that don't have as much of an multicultural society like Canada does.
Yeah.
Because what happened, like in Canada, I agree with you. I don't get it either because in Canada we have so many different. Shit, I was so wrong about this street.
Yeah.
Walk back the other way. Yeah. They won't notice, will they?
You won't notice, will you? No.
Will you notice that we're just walking up and down the same street? Sorry guys, it's dark. If you're Taiwanese and you go to Canada, no one is gonna care.
Yeah.
Because there are so many different people from different countries in Canada. Me as like a local Canadian, we just don't give a shit. It's just not something we think about. It's not like, oh wow, a Taiwanese person. I think a lot of Taiwanese people are also really fed up with foreigners. I think that actually we get looked down on quite a bit for being so like something as like, you know, your country
walking around the street filming yourself drinking a beer.
Yeah.
That kind of behavior.
Well, it's also like, you know, one thing I get a lot from Taiwanese people is like, your country has such a higher quality of life and you had such a better life in your home country. Why the hell are you here in Taiwan? It must be, and they jump to this conclusion, it must be because you're a weird piece of shit. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't disagree with that with a lot of the foreigners that I've met here.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of foreigners I've met here are really
running from something, escaping from some social in a lack of social intelligence or some kind of...
There's something off about them and they just sort of think that maybe they can get a second start in a place like Taiwan where no one knows them and understands them and they can recreate themselves.
Okay, but then back to my point, they get way more social standing credit points, whatever you want to call it, here than they would do back home.
And so our point is why?
Yeah.
Like, we're not anything to be idolized, or not, idolized is not the right word. It's a weird thing to talk about. I think we're using all the wrong words here, but I do know what you mean. So like one example we thought of is that in the tax office, you know, we got to file our taxes every year. We pay Taiwan taxes.
Do we? Kidding. Yeah, of course I pay my...
And when we go to pay our taxes or do our taxes, all the Taiwanese people have to sit and wait for someone to help them. But we have our own special foreigner line where ours gets done in like literally 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, seconds, yeah.
And I'm like, that's so unnecessary. Just because I don't speak Chinese, they are willing to put up for that. Yeah, accommodate for that by having an English-speaking person and an English-speaking line for foreigners only.
Yep.
It's like, that is so unnecessary, and that makes me feel so inadequate and kind of bad about, you know, just because that they know that most foreigners aren't willing to learn the language, they now have to accommodate for their lack of, you know, effort into integrating into the culture. And I think, does that make sense?
Well, Wanchuan Tongyi needs awesome. Yeah, that was my point. That was my one.
It's a really good point, but it's not without its. There's a lot to that. I think that should have been its whole video.
Maybe.
You know.
Should we make another video on that topic down below? Let us know.
Or did we just nail that shit out of the park?
Yeah.
If you like what you see so far and you want to know more about Taiwan, hit the subscribe button, please.
Yeah.
100,000 right around the corner.
The 2022 corner.
Yeah. Seriously though.
Yeah.
I had someone comment, I was telling you about this earlier off camera, about like they were saying the reason I haven't hit it is because my videos are too casual. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Now we're just walking down the street talking shit. So
Real.
I suppose you're right. But I don't know. I thought maybe people would like casual videos.
I think a lot of people do. 96,000 people apparently
Yeah.
in the whole world. Saturated. Done. Stop
Yeah.
right there. Don't forget to go check out my video talking about problems with traffic in Taiwan.
Yeah, hopefully this one will be out at the same time.
Salvador.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at Prozzy_SR to catch up on my day-to-day life. You can follow him on Instagram at Life in Taiwan 2017.
Yep.
Stay positive, keep your stick on the ice. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. Bye.
Bye-bye.